into my killing ground.
Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. A brand new day filled with hope and promise and terror and despair because, hey, it's the human experience, and everybody experiences things differently. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, on the Shelton, Washington weather, plague, rat, and spider report, the weather seems to be, it looks like it's going to be another scorcher. Oh boy, was it hot last night. Almost heat-related anxiety. Finally, in desperation, I got up, took a knife, and carefully, I didn't just attack my window or anything, but I managed to pull the screen up and out up against the plastic outside just enough that I was able to get a knife blade through, and I hacked at some of the plastic, and now there's at least some hope of airflow. But with that done and my being up, I cooled down and then was able to rearrange my fans and then go back to sleep, thank God. And then, of course, like a half hour before I would normally get up, gut pain and ow, ow, ow. So, yay! But that's the weather report. Yeah, it was really, really hot yesterday. Oh my God, I almost died because of the heat. But I survived, and that's good. And then plague rat, of course, people still walking around in like this local Safeway. No masks. And treating it like it's a game. So, yay. And the spider report, all the spiders that were outside are gone. Even the big ones, the little ones. I don't see a massive amount of dead baby spiders out there, so maybe some of them survived and have traveled onward. It's hard to say. I have had baby spiders in here that I've had to deal with. They've been on my chair and I've moved them. I once wandered in, coming in just the first thing in the morning, and there was a bit of a web that was across my face. And there was a little baby spider that of course, when I walked through, it was right at eye level. So the thing was caught on my eyelashes. Nothing ever hits me anywhere else but my bloody eyes. Ugh. So I got that off of there and took it someplace safe. The garden spider, over again the wall now, back there in the corner. She's doing well. And there's a little tiny spider down in the bathroom. So, what can I say? It's so weird on my part to not be afraid of spiders that I embrace their spiderness. So, thumbs up for that. And then, of course, I don't have a ton of stuff written down to cover, just a few things. Like, really quick, there's a gun group that on Facebook that really likes, guns, but they're trolling responsible gun owners. And I don't know if you've heard about this group and the people that are in it and what happened, but the idea is, responsible gun ownership is you don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're going to fire your gun. You don't aim it at something unless you plan on shooting it and killing it. There's responsible gun ownership. And so these people are trolling responsible gun owners by taking a loaded gun, putting their finger on the trigger, and then aiming it at their crotch, and then taking pictures of it and posting it in that group. So they're not trolling the libs, they're trolling responsible gun owners, because you're not supposed to have your finger on the trigger. You shouldn't be pointing it at your crotch. And so one person there, he actually fired a round through one of his testicles and ended up in the hospital, and he's been elevated as a king among this group, of course. So he's lucky. That could have been very, very bad, but there you go. Oy vey. Now, I really like the game Outward. I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned how I've been feeling pretty good about traveling through the beginning zone and getting used to this area. When I first started playing, if I wandered any further than, while losing sight of where my entrance to my home village is, I was feeling lost, and I was going to get lost and die. Now, I take a look at the map and I say, oh, I haven't been to this part yet. I'm going down there. And then I just start running. I know my village is up in the northwest, so no matter where I am, just orient myself to, you have a compass, again, an on-screen compass for your UI, and then you just orient to the compass, to the landmarks around you, match it to where you are on your map, and you go. And it's awesome. I'm racing everywhere. I now know where the places are that I have to go if I want to travel to other sections. I've been at those huge gates. The one big place I haven't gone is there's a huge bandit camp on an island, and oh, it's dangerous, so I'll wait on that. But it's really nice, and it's very beautiful, this one part. In the center part of this zone, there's what's known as Confluence Mountain, and it's a big mountain. And it's obviously artificial. Something's happened to it because it's got a big circular sphere thing on top. Ooh, heart just beat my atria. And then it's got a bunch of weird things carved around that. So it's an artificial thing. And there's all sorts of various artificial bits of landscaping. But the closer you get to that, everything starts getting purple. The flowers are purple. The trees are purple. The ground is purplish. Everything is purple as you're getting closer and closer to this. And it looks beautiful on its own. But when you get into the purple landscape, and it's still mixing in the colors from the non-purple part, so you've got patches of color that's mixed in. It is absolutely amazing. But while racing around, environmental storytelling is good. Because I found an area where there was some kind of battle. And I discovered that there's this kind of, it's a big creature. It's bigger than people. And they're lying around and they're dead because it was a battle. But they're muscular. And they have thick, very chitinous looking skin. And each one of these things has anywhere from 20 to 40 swords stuck inside of its body. Every single one of them that has died has showed that it takes a lot of killing. Each one of them anywhere from 15 to 40 swords stuck in it. So environmental storytelling, they're telling you these things are very dangerous. These things are very dangerous. So I'm racing around through here, and I go through a bit of a valley, and then there's one of those things down there. And so I go, gosh, maybe it's not necessarily hostile. Walk up closer to it, and I'm pretty confident by now at this point in my abilities. I'm not that much of a fighter. I'll fight when I have to, but I'm really good at running. I'm really good at running. And that's the way to do it. So what I did was, once it proved itself to be hostile and not that fast, easy to outrun. But when I first came across it and it started chasing me, it's like, oh no, it's chasing me, I gotta run it. Maybe I can scrape it off on something. Because its hitboxes combined with other objects, every time they impact, there's a slowdown of maybe just a few microseconds to a half second. You can pick up speed as they slowly scrape and bounce off environmental objects. As I first start running, I'm going, gosh, how am I going to get rid of this thing? A couple bandits in front of me. Alrighty, that's good. So I got the thing chasing me, and I lead it right to the bandits. So I've got that thing chasing me, I've got two bandits chasing me. So I'm leading the bandits so that when they come and try and attack me, they have to bounce around the creature there and get mad at it so that they can get around it to chase me. And at the same time, I'm leading the big thing so that it wants to get me. It has to go through the two bandits there and make them mad. So it seems like it might be working, maybe not. Things aren't working too well, but there's no danger. If I think things aren't going to work well, I'm just going to take off and I'll be safe. But then the next thing I know, sounds of battle, look back, aww, One of them's falling, and now there's only one bandit and the critter. So I just keep that up, and then the next thing I know, it's just me and the thing and 2 bodies to loot. So once again, because it's slower, I just have it chase me to somewhere and then race back over, pick up all the junk out of the bodies, check on how fast that thing's coming up, go over there, pick up the other body, and then just take off. And it's good. Oh my gosh, it is a good game. Again, it has a lot of things to take care of. I mean, it tracks heat and cold, so you can overheat when you're running around. You can freeze at night. You have to alter and change your clothing so that you don't freeze or burn. But again, the game wants you to play, and while it wants you to be aware that these things are here, it doesn't want you to be overwhelmed by them, because you can either easily change your clothing, or they have drinks where you drink it and then you've got cold protection. So definitely Outward. Take a look if you like third-person action role-playing game type things. Very good. Excuse me. Caffeinated beverages and yogurt. They don't always mix well. They fight. One thing I have been thinking about when I go out walkies, because I walk on the railroad tracks, is I really need to watch my feet, because especially now, the tracks have gotten, because of the heat, because it's summer, people are out and doing things, and we have a large homeless population, and we have a large number of meth and heroin addicts in the area. It's dangerous in just areas you don't know, because we find needles out on the edge of our property close to the road, because addicts just put their needles wherever they want when they want to get rid of them. So thumbs up for that. But try and get back to this. On the tracks, there are, now I'm not going to shame the people who live anywhere, but there's one area where a whole bunch of like clothing and internal house stuff was just thrown out onto the tracks, and so there's all this glass, electronic stuff, some furniture stuff thrown around. There's wood that's got nails in it. There's stacks of ceiling stuff. You got to be careful when you're walking. Even without that, even without the dangers of broken glass and all that, there's still the rusty tracks. There's still the dirt. They've carved down the plants so that there's really, you'll come across plant stalks, stumps, tree growing things that thick that if you're not watching, you hit it with your foot, you're going down. And any one of these, you fall down and you're going to be badly hurt, if not because of the broken glass and stuff that's around, or just because of smacking yourself on the ties, or cutting yourself up on the trail, or if you're unlucky, coming up on the broken glass, or worse. So, yeah, it's fun. But I like walking on the tracks too much to ever stop. It's not like those pictures you'll see of war zones. It's not anything like that. If you take a look at my walkies thing, it looks nice. It's just you gotta be careful, because the niceness covers up the stuff that isn't very nice. So you gotta be careful. And then, of course, the only thing last that I have to talk about is just with my cosmic horrors, and even at that, it's part of, I've mentioned how it's like, the ones that I spend a lot of time on, the actual cosmic horrors themselves, it's like they're so far above us. Why do I spend so much time on them, figuring things out? Well, I like everything to fit together perfectly on its skeletal framework. And so this part that people can't see still has to make sense and work for the parts down here that we can see to properly hang and work. So that's why I do all that. And there are stories that I tell, or am trying to tell, about the cosmic horrors and my young adult sort of method about it. But there's all sorts of beings and creatures that are related and familial to the cosmic horrors that are down here, where they relate to us either on a we're bacteria, they're human sort of level, or we're dwarf hamsters, they're human, to we're human, they're human, or they're human, we're extremely smart huskies. So just because they're as unrelatable to us as like light and gravity doesn't mean those things that they command and use are. Thumbs up for that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Thumbs up for that, and thank you. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, ADHD, fibromyalgia, grief, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember my own name. Getting better all the time. Therapy is a lifesaver, but I'm going to reach a functional limit one day. So let me call it my Chrome, and we have YN, thumbs up, and I'll have to check that out. We have Joe M, greatly appreciated. Victoria Barendrecht, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Kathy Kitscat, always good to see you in the comments. We have Emiliano Ventura, thank you very much. Elder Wolf 569, yeah, that's a good game. It's very messy. Very, very messy. Wendy Lee Connolly, thumbs up and thank you. The Tempo Guy, how about that? And then we have Fat Boy, greatly appreciated, and DDM SOUTO, not quite sure how to pronounce that, but thank you. Boo Guacamole, I am nowhere near close on the pronunciation of your name, but greatly appreciated. And Zombie Wolf, doing my best to stay as safe as possible. And Curly, thumbs up and thank you. We have Richard Thoreau, thumbs up. Cullen Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. We have Loshaw LBS, thumbs up. And Stephen, with an exclamation point at the end, thank you. Christopher Thomas, did I already thank you? If not, then yes, and if so, then twice. And then we have Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Desiree D.H., D-E-E-H, thumbs up. Chris, greatly appreciated. EAM1221, thank you. Max, P-O-H, greatly appreciated. Pika left toe, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is greatly appreciated, definitely. When you're depressed, you need to get out of the echo chamber of your own skull. Thank you very, very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out, but you didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food, silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, I have this video. I have a video I need to record, edit, and render, I think. I honestly can't remember what I have and don't have, so it's a mystery to me as well. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. And if you're one of the very few that watched to the very end, thank you very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. So stay safe, practice your self-care, practice your social distancing, please wear a mask, and of course, Black Lives Matter, damn it. And we gotta keep up the pressure, because these jackbooted, brown-shirted thugs keep killing, and that is intolerable. I will see you, my friend.